Good morning. Welcome to the Free Fire Free. Good morning. Welcome to the Fire Zone podcast. We're going to be doing episode 2. Where we're going to talk about not just today in Free Fire in general, but we're going to talk about mostly the esports side of this and what the community holds from our side. Apparently, there's not many people that play Free Fire. But when it comes to the esports side, we do have a couple esports teams that do play Free Fire, and apparently it kind of works every now and then. And but when you look at, and I'm going to be discussing this episode mostly on the esports side of that. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to move the camera over here a little bit. There you go. Now you can see me a lot better. But no, I mean the E-Fire Secret. Don't mind the shirt, you know. My hands got our clothes worse, so I apologize for the shirt. But when we look at the EC side, the esports side of Free Fire, there's not many of us Americans that play Free Fire in general to begin with. I mean, yeah, you got one or two esports teams out there, but most of them come from the Philippines, most of them come from the Philippines, Brazil, Thailand, Korea, Japan. You know, there's not many American teams that go against what they're going. You know, and there's not many American teams that really kind of understand what's happening with this Free Fire area within the community. And I think there's going to be a lot of not a lot of controversy, but there's a lot of issues there too. I mean, when people look at other people in America playing this game, they're like, you should stick to PUBG Mobile. You should go to PUBG Mobile, you know. Who cares what people think, you know? And I look at it like people are kind of bugging you. That it's more of Filipino, more of a European, more of a Asian style type of game, you know, more of a Madrid game, more of a Morocco game, you know. And it is from that region because there's more people that play it, more Indian people, more Morocco, more Indonesians. They play it, you know, and I have recommended them, you know. I've done a couple rounds of Free Fires in the past, but I've never done anything like this. I decided to go back on Free Fire, but that was years ago, and so far the game has changed since I've started playing. I think I was there for 2 updates and then I quit. But no, I mean, Free Fire has been a global phenomenon. If you don't see many of us Americans playing Free Fire, they prefer PUBG Mobile or Free Fire because there's more of a fighting chance. It's a fast-paced game rather than PUBG Mobile is. And when I look at Battle Royale games, because I remember it's Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, Warzone Mobile, there's a lot to be had in Battle Royale games, you know. Usually you try to be the last one standing. Minus getting the guns, getting your ammo, you know, minus getting loot on the ground. And it's like you gotta really think, how can they really do this? It's not that simple, but it is. If you know how to make baby steps out of it first, I know you'll lose the first 2 battles. But a lot of times that does happen, you know, if they put you like in a testing ground at the beginning of the game, like on mobile games do, they'll teach you at first to eliminate this character and that character after you do the firing testing and everything, and what buttons to press, what stuff you can press on your mobile device here, you know. There's a lot of aspects to that, you know, and it's like so much has changed since then. And I know now we have an American esports team that does Free Fire, but they don't compete as much. They're still arguing over that to where, I mean, Trump might have him in that, you know, more than anything else. You know, you can't really tell. But I'm not here to talk politicians, you know. But I'm just saying, but he's against everybody, you know, and it's pathetic. But no, I mean, most of the teams that I see for Free Fire are endless possibilities. A lot of them have two different Filipino teams. A lot of them have two different China teams, Japan teams, you know. And a lot of times they'll break them into groups, and that's gonna be hard facing your own teammates, you know. Because I remember back in 2018, I think it was not PUBG Mobile, but Clash of Clans that they had. Or was it 2017? It was one of those years. It was one of those years. 2017, 2018, 2015 is when they had the Invitational for Clash of Clans, and they had two China teams broken down into two groups, which was kind of wrong for having China face each other, you know, and it's weird. And apparently, I think most of it, when they did ClashCon, it was rigged. I think somebody rigged the tournament. And I think somebody rigged the main tournament when they got to ClashCon up in Helsinki, Finland. So I think they rigged it. Now, Free Fire, I don't think it's rigged. But when it comes to tournaments, I don't think they're rigged. I don't think they're being used or whatever. You know, and that's what it is. But I don't think that. You know, they play fair. They know it. But you're dealing with 500-600 teams, and it's crazy when you look at Free Fire. Next to PUBG Mobile, it's a gun game, but it's a battle royale game. They're similar when it comes to battle royale games, but someone closes in too fast, and you think, and I was very close to getting eliminated myself in that last video you might see after this take. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be going live here rather in a couple hours on Twitch to play a little bit of Free Fire. If you guys want to hang out, let me know in the comments down below. Or head over to Twitch until they fix this thing. I'll still be able to upload videos, but with the playlist, it kind of screwed over real quick and everything, so I can't really do much. But anyway, back to finish what we're talking about here. But no, I mean, the esports side of it, of Free Fire, is endless. A lot of times they're endless when it comes to variations of it, you know, and it was pretty cool. And I wish there would be more of us Americans that can play it. I mean, I'm from America. I'm from the United States. I was born here in Florida, raised here in Florida, you know, and I mean, I do have German blood, I do have Irish blood, you know, but that doesn't matter, you know, for the most part. But if you get like a lot of players that are from other countries, they'll fight for that prize pool for $100,000. You know, and you look at the prize pool part of this, where it's weird, but you have another 10 teams trying to knock you out. I realize this in certain tournaments, and especially in the past, especially when they did the competitions for friendly competitions, you know, when they did the crossover Naruto, and they do pretty good for competition wise, but it's not really interesting when they go for the prize pool, even if it's $100 million. But a lot of times the prize pool seems fair. Pardon me, excuse me. The prize pool seems fair, but it's not. Too easy to go with the prize pool. I mean, when you look at the prize pool for Free Fire and PUBG Mobile, I'm going for both of these, and Call of Duty Mobile, depending on where you're going with it. They win a ton of money in first place $5,000, $2,000, $1,000,000. Runners up get like $3-4 million. You know, in a way, it is kind of wrong for the tougher team to get the biggest prize pool. I mean, granted, my aunt, Rosemary, so led. I mean, she believes play for the fun of it. But none of these guys should get paid for playing. You know, from football, esports, soccer, hockey. Don't pay them. Just let them play without money. You know? But that ain't gonna work. I mean, that's what she wishes. That's what my Aunt Rose wishes. And I agree with her to a certain degree. You know? I mean, money is the root of all evil. I agree with that. And a lot of times, a lot of people can abuse that prize money when it comes to esports. Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, PUBG Mobile, Free Fire. You know, they'll abuse that power over it, but where it lies, it'll lie. You know, they'll abuse that money, but you don't see it. A lot of times they'll say the money's going to go for a good cause. They might be lying about that too. You know, you never know. But I like the competitions, how you can get so much money out of it. But the only thing that really makes me angry is that they want so much money for it out of their check. You know, not the re-entry, but imagine how much it would be split almost 4 ways for each of your teammates. You know, in the way it is kind of stupid. But when I'm looking for Fire, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, they're very good games to play for Battle Royale games. You know, and it's very interesting. It's very cool, to say the least. But that's how it is. So, for the second episode of the Firestone podcast, what I want to discuss with you guys about is how we think about all the battle games plus Free Fire into this. So until next time, John Vic signing off for the Free Zone podcast. So next time, take care. Check out second episode. What is this? Hope to see you in the next one. We're out of here.